Hi and or hello. So this video took a lot. It took a lot out of me. It took a lot of effort, and I know that the next video, even though it's something that might be easy, will still probably take a while, and I want to have something out in relative time. And man, I sure do love commentaries and behind the scenes, and when creative people talk about the process, and not a thing you get a lot on the YouTubes. So I thought, hey, I could do it. That's an itch I could scratch for myself. So we're gonna try it out. Let's see if I'm any good at this. Uh, I've always thought I could do it, but let's see if I can in real time.
So we're gonna try something
That'll
new.
age well
What?
if this continues to
Manny?
be the output
It's a film
from a channel.
that speaks to the
That's from Three
characters
Musketeers.
and its sequencing. You know the scene where
That's that
characters are
footage.
fighting while engaging in witty and cheeky
Can't tell my
banter?
influences. It's
Having a
sequelettes
duel
and
of
other
words, as it
animated
were?
YouTubers. That's why I got all these cartoon me's, which was a mistake because it took so much as opposed to just shooting
It
myself.
seeks to establish both characters as charming gentlemen, highlighting to us, the audience, that they are on equal footing both mentally and physically.
Naturally, you must
Okay,
expect me
so
to.
I want to talk about this because I struggled with including this because all of the other scenes, ideally, are representing the thing I am talking about, so you can connect those two ideas. And I didn't know if I should just play the audio over this footage or just play this footage because this is the thing I am talking about happening in real time, and it is the best example of it. I think I went with the right decision. Man, I love everything about this movie. If you're wondering why this filter is over it, it's so copyright IP doesn't happen. Probably wouldn't because I have a small channel. But yeah,
Naturally. But I find the
ah,
symbol cancels out Kappa Ferrum.
so charming.
Using the
That's Count of Monte
cinematography as
Cristo.
a visual
Fun
metaphor
fact.
for the debate they are engaged in. Film's a visual medium, and watching two people talk is fucking boring! It's boring as
It's supposed
hell!
to be a Muppet
There's a
me.
lot of moving parts.
That's what I wanted that to feel like.
Little staging, information being
There are
fed to
things I
us,
left on the cutting room
and
floor here that I
small
forgot
information
about. That's a fun
being
fact.
relayed to
Now you know that I messed
just
up.
like today's topic.
Worked out better than it should have.
Hey Devin, what does this have to do with ice climbers?
Very little, but apparently you can't.
So this is a trick I learned from watching Gaming Brit videos. It's a quick trick video essayists do to establish credibility. You bring up X thing that I know about, and then in the audience's mind, now the rest of what I'm saying, you can kind of believe it because I've already proven my credibility to you. So that's where this joke comes from. That's the idea behind it. I like it when creators kind of nudge and poke at that and let you peek behind the scenes.
Video essay on video games, just talking about the game in question. It's unwritten rule of the internet or
Because
something.
everyone does it.
I absolutely adore Ice Climbers. Both the characters of Popo and Nana, and the OG game simply titled Ice Climber, which is what I want to talk to you.
That reminds me, I wanted to start this talking about something and I didn't. Sweet Jesus, I'm good at this. But the reason I did an Ice Climber video is because I like the idea when a creator kind of gets not necessarily pigeonholed but associated with a certain IP, like Gaming Brits, the DMC guy, Wooly Loves Kirby, B-Mask Sly Cooper. I really like when that's like you can have a thing to kind of latch on to. Um, so that's what I wanted, more or less. I kind of wanted to be like, when you think Ice Climbers, you think me. And then one day, when Nintendo makes another Ice Climbers, everyone will tweet at me, and I will make the tweet where it's like, yes, I know, I have heard.
About today. There's lots of places my unchecked donkey brain would like to start, so let's just start off at the beginning.
Huh, I probably could have just said that while the footage was playing. I'm bad at knowing how long things are and how long things take. I know, well, that's my cat. Will not leave me
You
alone.
better put some napkins down on your shoulder because I'm about to blow your goddamn mind. The game just gave us story, motivation,
Those pops,
and
I made those with my mouth. That's not
believe
an effect
let's
I
go.
downloaded or took from anything.
I've never owned a
Just
physical
made it with my
copy of
mouth.
Ice Climber, so
You
I've
can
never
do it,
played
guys.
Some
Real,
manuals
real
were
independent
created
filmmaking here.
wikis for video games. Back in the day, there wasn't a lot of room on the cartridge, so devs had to rely on the power of the written word to establish characters, setting, tone, story.
I was so happy with that
This is
edit.
more
I thought that came off
Most of us
clean,
read,
and it's
some
all
of us
just
actually
long
don't
enough
write novels,
to be
so
over
best to
the words I
understand
am
the
saying.
painstakingly
I'm
crafted.
really proud of
And then
that, if
creative
nothing else.
with staging and design. Hey, what the?
I really hope
That
that
pterodactyl, he stole
my
thing.
voice is
I want my
interesting
things
in
back.
this video because
Party to go where you want and do anything
it's a
you
thing
want.
Aaron has. Spoonie! Look, it's Spoonie. Remember when we liked Channel Awesome
Just
and they weren't
that's it.
all terrible?
And motivation.
But yeah, I really hope my voice in the video is interesting because so many people will write
Bird went up, and there's this
a fascinating
there's this
script
button on the
with
controller.
just insightful things to say
Oh,
and
shit.
helps you look at an IP in a whole new way. But they spend the whole video
Told
talking
how to play the
like
game. Also, no
this,
progression
and it's
is
just
tracked
another place
vertically.
you can be
Nothing
engaging
horizontal because we're scaling a mountain.
that we don't do.
Mwah. Chef's kiss.
Swedish Chef, shout out.
Textualization, synergy,
Take a shot every time
story.
I use
That's almost
putting
like gameplay.
puzzles
Yes,
for
it was bad. Let's talk
contextualization.
about that.
I'm a
Ice
very
Climbers
smart
was the
lad.
first platformer where the environment could change as a direct result of your
I was proud of that.
Now you're playing with power.
I wonder if we'd ever see this idea again. Hold
So,
up.
fun fact, that was the inclusion of that Hi, I'm Daisy comic was something I struggled with a lot. Let me know in the comments if you think I should or should not have kept it in. I went back and forth.
Wait, before you try to tell me I'm wrong on the internet.
Okay, so a lot of you are gonna think that because I'm about this is a really deep cut. A lot of this video is deep cuts for me, and you're gonna think it's a deep cut because I'm making fun of my friend Cameron, who no one knows, which is a lie because the only people who watch this are people who know me in real life. But it's a deep cut for a different reason. So back on that picture, if I'd have paused it right, that's where it would be. But I prefer that it's here. If you thought the eyebrow kind of looked like Josuke, you're right, because the audio clip I used for that is from the OG 2D sprite JoJo Fighter, which has the best sprite work. It's phenomenal. Capcom, I can't believe you did sprite work like that. Remember when you guys were the kings before SNK did it? This isn't going to turn into me talking about fight games. But yeah, remember when JoJo was just that meme and you did the stick? I remember. So it's a big JoJo reference. That's what that pause is. And it's a very deep cut for me specifically, stealing that audio clip. And then I get to make fun of my friend Cameron.
And actually
The frail list.
OG arcade
If you notice,
Super
I love the idea
first
of
platformer
pausing
where the
videos
environment
in a
changes
split
direct
second for a
result of
joke.
Let me make a case for my
But it
boy.
says
This
frail
is further
wrist
contextualization
because one
and
time I was talking
now it's done.
to my
Nice.
friend
Jump in
Taylor,
for a brick to get rid of it.
and they were like, yeah, the wrist is the most feminine part of the body. And I said out loud, oh, I thought the most feminine part of the body was the boobies.
Thing real ice climbers do, by the way. And you see how that makes sense?
So
It's a thing
that's
that
why
happens in real
I
life.
diss
Your brain
Cameron's
can
wrists.
Register it. Visualization.
Oh, take a shot.
And that
I'm insulting his
directly impacts
masculinity.
the path you take. You are constructing the platforms. There's a suggestion of which path.
Also, there was an idea that I might be wrong here and that Cameron is super right. And if I am purposefully wrong on a video, people will hate comment. I'm happy with this.
You can impact the world around you.
I love that bear joke.
As levels progress, enemies can actually.
I really hope there are more bears in future things I cover.
Now, you cheeky little dick waffle, you breaking what you thought were the established rules. Take that, a quiet place. Oh, you're all nerds. Remember when Deku fights Todoroki, and you're like,
Man,
oh man, Deku
what a good
went through
show.
all his fingies, he can't do
What a
it,
phenomenally
bam!
good show.
Another
Watch
one,
Mother's
Deku breaks
Basement
his finger.
Breakdown.
It's that feeling. Gradually throughout
Yeah,
the
it's
game,
great.
different types of ice blocks are introduced. One level will introduce blocks that trip icicles. Some have speed blocks that push you either left or right, and some blocks are unsmashable, just like your Instagram crush.
Okay, so this joke, because I want to talk about it. It happens because in the script, I wrote that as a filler, and I was like, I'll come up with a better joke, and I never did. Just nothing. nothing ever. Oh wait, no. You know what it originally was? Is it was gonna cut to like that pointing at yourself in the mirror meme, and it was gonna be about me. That was the idea, and then I guess I just skipped, and I was like, God, this joke is terrible, and I can't think of anything better. Fuck it, it's a real knee slapper. So, if you want to know where that audio clip comes from, deep cut for me, and probably for everyone who watches this. But that's the Curtis Connor clap, because I don't know how to mess with audio and add reverb and stuff like that, but I do know how to steal audio clips. I'm right. I'm super right. That is the one point I will give myself. So yeah, the behind the scenes is learning where I took audio clips. That's fun, right? We all had a fun time when we found out Star Wars noises were animals, or that the Godzilla noise is leather glove over I want to say a cello, the one that is a violin but super long.
Gradually building layer upon layer of effort, peaking in this crescendo of difficulty that you've now acquired the skill to tackle head on. Mountain 32. Combining all the hazards you've learned to overcome into one final.
I guess I just don't have a lot to say.
Congratulations.
Duck King. I love Duck King. I love fight games. Why have I never talked about fight games on the internet? Maybe I will. Or maybe I'll talk about one specific thing. I don't know. Plug-in things. Oh no. Oh no.
I love the way they use music to illustrate
High production values.
Okay, let's call a spade a spade. This game is one map on top of one theme. But that one theme will become more frantic and nerve-wracking as the level goes on, occasionally scaling back in tempo.
I was very tired. That's why that cuts to absolutely nothing, and it is a static frame of that one image, which is a sin. It's a sin of video production. Watch your local news and count how long they'll stay on one frame. It's like 6 seconds. Once you know that, it ruins the ability to watch the news. I hated when my teacher told me that.
Expected and par for the course in video games. Am I trying to tell you that Ice Climber is the most underrated classic Nintendo game of all time? No. Everything this game does well was only done better.
Oh, I was so tired. This isn't even from the file of a... Ooh. That's a deep cut. Okay. So much of this video is just deep cuts for me, but yeah, including Griffith over Stepping Stone with that scene specifically. I'm not going to break it down, but if you get it, you get it. This is the deep research I did for this video. Wikipedia. It's very hard to find people discussing things that are relative failures on the internet. I hated editing this. I can't explain why, but this I hate the sound of my own voice, and I hate my own jokes, and I think all of my points are bad. But that specific, like the coming in on a winter's day, I hated it. Oh, I missed it. I missed it. Fuck it. This is B-Mask as Gaming Brit is my favorite joke. That's my favorite joke in the video. It's a deep cut. A few people will get the Dave Grohl is Aaron, because I've always said that Aaron Hansen looks like Dave Grohl's weeby son. But the B-Mask Gaming Brit, like that Venn diagram, like if you watch one, you probably watch the other. But the odds that you watch both of them and watched mine, so low. And I love that joke. I love it so much. It makes me so happy.
Albeit in a more elementary and simplistic way.
There's nothing wrong with being simple. Everyone plays blackjack, right? Super fun. We all like a hamburger.
Previous installments and tropes. No assumptions. No fans to complain if you break the formula. Hee-ho, I sure do love getting the same power-ups in every
I wish I looked more into
exploration and
audio effects, because this isn't great. But hey, it breaks with it. I like this. This was just me being far away from the mic and yelling. But yeah, Other M's trash. This is just.
untapped potential.
This is why I love
that
Ice
counts
Climbers
for
right here. I
something.
just really want.
The tale of two best friends braving the elements, climbing to the peak of a mountain, and undeniable.
This is such a good review of the game.
Remember Pitt?
Me talking
He's
about
got 2 games.
an
One
Ice
that
Climber
people
sequel that
remember,
doesn't
and an
exist.
appearance on Captain N.
Game Master. I was happy with that.
Remember that renowned classic in gaming history? Yeah, remember when Pitt ended all of his sentences in Icus?
Captain N actually isn't that bad,
And Mega Man
but
looked
it's
like that,
some
remember?
low-hanging fruit to punch. So I went for it because I'm very
That was
good.
his legacy until he got to show up late to the Smash Party, and then BAM!
But talking about how Captain N is good does not help me.
Fast-paced and addicting gameplay. Look at the K-pop hair. The most I've gotten for Ice
It's not as
Climbers in
fast-paced as I
recent
would have
memory
liked. I'm gonna keep going.
is an
Keep trying.
outfit in Mario.
Again, that was just me.
What's that?
That was my mouth.
It says here in my script, a brilliant transitional phrase that connects the ideas of further Ice Climbers representation. Ice Climbers as a blank.
This is just actually what I wrote in the script because I could not think of a connecting phrase. I was killing myself, and I was like, if I don't do it, this video will never be made, and I'd rather just make this video. And I think it's a funny joke. I'm not a fan of just point out the problem and then you have solved it. But I think this works. Happy with this editing too. I just stole this footage from Nintendo, which I don't feel bad about. If it were just a random person, I'd feel bad. But I don't, because it's Nintendo.
Get your hand out of my wallet!
And corporations are the devil.
This is end credits.
So, yeah.
Rappers do on the last track of their
We made it. I did a commentary over one of my videos. Hopefully you had fun. Hopefully you learned a few things. Wasn't as smooth as I thought it would be in my head. Yeah, I don't know how to end this. I'm just going to talk. I'm going to talk for a while, and I will think of something neat to say. Sheboygan.